Weird place. Getting my cancer flow here. The last year that's had open access, we would find dumped things down here, so it's nice to see it cleaned up, you know, looking like it really can, like some pretty nature. See that notch going up that way? It's awfully full of needles now. Might have been doable back in March. That's quite a drainage here. Multiple floodplain spots kind of come together right here. The aspens are struggling, just as many dead ones as alive ones. This is a good make a lot of noise zone. Ooba, ooba, ooba. Ooba, ooba, ooba. Ooba, ooba, ooba. I am a big beast. Ooh. Major pancake rocks there. I imagine when the water really rips through here, it makes several puddly pondish areas until it can fill up and spill over. See me kind of left, right there. Not sure where to go. See if this is too steep. Not in these Skechers, man. These are like F1 tires. If you drag your feet, it'll probably rip up and leave little bits, but they stick good. Whew. I don't know why I went that way. Other than, yeah, good old raising the heart rate there. It's just kind of up and down, up and down. I think that was my idea originally, was to go around this on the low plane back there, and I think that might be my way out when I turn around, because I'm already got like a warm forehead. It's like 74, it's not even that bad. Well, it's 74 in the sunshine, so. That's kind of epic. You can see the sunshine lighting up the rain. It's like vertically dropping. Totally, that's cool. The forecast had pretty minimal chances of thunder or lightning, so that's why I'm out here. think I'm going to cut through just because I've got the energy and it looks neat. Which is kind of the reason I didn't skirt the whole thing in the first place, because I was recording and I like to record neat things. It's really just kind of like stack of pancake after stack of pancakes. It's just repeating, but there's more smaller pancakes. Okay, I'm headed this way. Oh, here's the road. Now, I seem to have forgotten that there was a bit of a loop road out here. So, I'm going to go ahead and walk the loop that should take me to the apex of any trailed area that I'm headed. And then I'll go up the hill over there. Now, from starting out on top of these rocks, I think you can come down quite a ways, but there's not too many places you could actually scale the whole thing. It's like a trail of ants here. I'm gonna go around it so I don't disturb. That's cool. Marching across the forest. I think this section here and the one off of the 209 that I like to park and walk towards is part of the same like experimental program where they've cut off the UTV and ATV access for the most part anyway. And I talked to I can't remember what outfit she was even with, but she was explaining to me that other side over there, they come in and take samples, see how badly particular areas have eroded versus how well they've like reclaimed themselves. Interesting stuff. Anyway, as I was saying, I think it's just a kind of experimental area. They can see how it reclaims, because I don't think it's nearly as noticeable, or it actually hasn't here, I don't know, but the other area is burnt, or was burnt in 2002. And I don't see as many signs of burning over this way, but I think they're part of the same kind of drainage area, which is that O'Brien Gulch. So it's just neat to see myself how these areas have helped themselves over the years, and how they've changed since 2002, burnt a lot of them. Keeping this gravel here pretty good while I walk. I guess I kind of cut over a little soon, but it's a fun area. I'll walk up here. Oh, we got 77% battery. Now I kind of wish I would have followed that trail down instead. I forgot there's quite a rift between this area and that area, and it's made up of a bunch of these stacked up rock areas. Losing my shade. Oh, I got something in my sock now. I'm surprised it took that long, because already there's a lot of the plants that are beginning to disperse their seeds by way of sticky things. See that direction? That's your 6 sides. Throat's getting dry up here. Time to bust out some water. quite a few places the rock starts to do that. It starts looking organized. Ooh, look at that. Drops off pretty good this way. I'm gonna keep this water out. Try to balance camera in one hand and water in the other. 115 beats per minute. Oh, I'm pissing off some squirrely guys. Sorry, buds. I don't think I brought any squirrel-friendly snacks either. This is a bit demanding. Look at that. The road actually kind of cuts between like this mound and those bear mounds. And that bear mound is, well, the area is called China Wall. And you can drive up on top of that. You used to be able to drive all the way down to the bottom. I say used to because I just don't know if you still can. I haven't been out there in a while. That might have to be a soon to come video. I know you can drive on top of the China Wall area, but I don't know how much of it is still in trails you can explore. See, this is all kind of a downhill that way. But if I go up and over this little sandwich here, I just got to go down and up on the other side. So, at this point, I'm just looking to minimize my steps a little bit. There is no air evac. We're on foot getting out of this beast. So there's a lot of this where, like, you can go down to the next fold, or you can come uphill to this fold. I think I will go right here. My left knee is starting to go, hey, hey, hey. See, now I thought this had a dig. Well, I guess there is here, but There's no other tree that would have caused this part. I don't know if that's a dig or if it just got dug by the tipping tree. Ah, there it is. Right down there. That's the other big dig over here. Or at least one of them. Major pancake zone here. Almost looks like somebody's made a fort. It's not. It's just where the rocks fell. I could probably get up that. Let's see what's this way. Very sketchy. I think what we'll do here, put the water in my pack. Maybe. Rinsing around to do that is a task in itself. Yeah, I gotta take the pack off. We'll just set it down like that because I got no better place to do it. It's like something in the pack has filled the spot where the water bottle was. I've got that Sony camera with the good zoom at the bottom of the pack there, but I've got to get to somewhere worth getting it out. Is that thunder? No, I think that's just an airplane. There it is. Well, I sure got up here quick, didn't I? Nemesis. That is one hell of a needle bush there. Let's see, can I? Very gently. these hills just kind of keep going that way. Let's get a look at the big one here. I think this big one you can only get from the opposite side. Yeah, because that's all needles and thorns. You see the bird up there too, checking me out. But you can see how that side is very like bull-nosed, and I think about everything on this side is. The other side has a little bit of a slope coming up, but it's so steep. I don't think I'll even try to do that one. You wouldn't gain much out of the top of that anyways. That's just about as tall, so. I did that in about a half hour. That's pretty good. And sometimes I get on top of these things and I'm like immediately like, how did I do that? This is pretty steep. I better put a foot on. Put a foot and a butt together, and you won't slide as easy as 1 foot or 1 butt. Foot and butt. Yeah, I don't know if I should do that one. I could snake down this way without getting into the needle hoard just yet. Let's see. If I hold on to this branch. Not bad. Didn't actually get poked, so I'm going to call that a win. Those needle things just ruin the way up out in the summertime. I mean, they can any time of year, but when they're dry, you can break them, throw them out of the way. Something smells really sweet. I wonder what that is. I don't think it's me. I'm wearing like some what was it, like extra sensitive skin, so it's unlikely this many hours later I'm making any kind of scent. It was sweet and almost like maybe a little hint of citrus. I suppose it's just the tree sap in the trees. But These are awfully windswept trees. This is, I don't know if I can just jump this. This is definitely the low spot, so let's try it. Not bad. Well, I feel pretty good today. I've totally killed my goals. I think I'm going to go around twice on most of them by the time I get back to the Jeep up here. I met up with some friends and we went and saw Evil Dead Burn, which I love a good horror movie. It just wasn't very good. It reminded me of like when they get a franchise and then don't use it, or don't use it much, because all they did was like introduce it. Hey, you're in the world of Evil Dead, you know, and then went off and told this story and then came back at the end. It was just like, come on now. I don't know. It just, considering it was produced by Raimi and co-produced by Bruce Campbell, it just felt really generic. Like you could have tacked on any franchise to that. We had fun, but it was nothing to tell your friends too much about. This is just like pancake land right here. There's a dig. So I wonder how these places, just across these big old chunks of granite, and then they dig it out. Oh, I got a high wall incident here. Should pay attention when I was coming down. I don't want to do any more jumping. There we go. At least not like 3 feet straight down kind of stuff. 54% in battery. Not too bad. Big difference with the GoPro when it's not hot. And not like strapped to you when you're, you know, 100-some degrees. Oh, I think that says 10mm. That one's too low to even see. I think that's a 10mm. Oh, that breeze feels wonderful. I think that cloud's going to overtake the sun, and we're going to have a nice, comfortable walk out of here. No jackrabbits this time. Saw that jackrabbit right off the road on the way in the last time. I thought maybe skirting through these lower hills I'd scare a couple off, but yeah, see, that's some of what you see is the broken bottles and campfires that weren't put out and stuff. Always a combination of factors, really, I think. I don't smell that sweet citrus smell anymore. It had to have been one of those trees that was high up on that cliffside that was really putting out the scent. When I was doing mitigation work, a lot of the hillsides in the Woodland Park area have juniper, that ground covered juniper that gets real patchy, and that's terrible stuff if it catches on fire. So we would take a lot of that out, and then when you chip that, it smells about like aerosol gin. Like aerosol gin mixed with, you know, real sweetness and citrus in the air. It's weird. And I was like, what? 2 years, 1 to 2 years removed from alcoholism when I started doing that job. And oh, that used to bug me so much, having to smell that, because it reminded me of like a gin and tonic. But the green plant out here not being chipped, we don't have a lot of juniper this far west. That's more on the Front Range area. But I think there's the occasional juniper trees, but they're pretty rare. The Douglas, when we chip those, they have a real citrus sweet too, so that could be that. I don't know really what I was smelling. It was strong back there though. Ah, the wind died.